Last year, 16 of the world's strongest cards entered the first ever Credit Card Madness tournament here on the channel. This was a drag-em-out single elimination street fight decided by you, the viewers at home. The final saw two opposites. On one side, the Wells Fargo Propel, the no annual fee People's Champ card. On the other, emerging from what we call the Group of Death, was the American Express Platinum card. It was close, but in the end, the American Express Platinum card achieved total victory. But that was then, and this is now, and in this game, you're only as good as your last video. Since the last title fight took place, the world has changed. The Propel is retired. Amex Platinum has gotten drunk with power in the Centurion Lounge bar and become expensive. Chase has been refreshed with the Sapphire Preferred and Sapphire Reserve making a resurgence. There are also newcomers on the field like the Capital One Venture X and the City Custom Cash that are gunning for a title of their own. But first they must qualify. Who's in? Who's out? Well, that's up to you. So let's play. Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now that's right, back by popular demand is the Credit Card Madness Tournament. So in this show, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know so you can play along at home and help decide who this year's champion is going to be. So if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. So first things first, we're running this back from last year. Last year was the first one. It's back by popular demand, but at the time I think we were like sub 1,000 subscribers, maybe 700. So there's a lot of you who don't even know what I'm talking about. So let me tee this up first by explaining to you what this tournament is, how it works, and I'll tell you everything you need to know, again, to play along at home and pick the winner. So first of all, if you're unfamiliar with Credit Card Madness, it's because I made it up. But it's basically a parody off of March Madness, which is the college basketball tournament that they play every March. Go figure. What this does is this takes 64 of the best college teams, squares them off in a single elimination bracket style. Everyone's seeded like the 1 seed versus the 64 seed or whatever. And then you keep going until only you have one last man standing. So don't worry, we're not going to do 64, we're going to do 16, but that's basically the gist of it. We're still going to do single elimination. The cards are going to win or lose based on your opinion at home, and I'm going to tell you how to vote, how you can vote every week in a second. So that's what we're doing. So how does this work exactly? So I'm changing it from last year. I'm adding a week to it. So when the guy in the intro said they have to qualify, I'm adding a qualifying round. So let's talk about that. We'll talk about the progression, the seeding, then we'll talk about how you actually vote. So the qualifying round is really because I'm really tired of people telling me, oh man, my favorite card isn't here. So what you have is a list of about 45 or 50 credit cards total that you are going to get to pick who competes in this year's tournament. Plus, against my better judgment, there's even a write-in. So you can write in a card. There's a pretty good chance that no single write-in is going to get enough votes to overthrow someone on the list. Because on the list, we have the fan favorites from Chase, Amex, Citibank, US Bank, even some Wells Fargo, the Apple cards in there. So a good variety of the most popular cards, both business and personal. I didn't keep them separate. If you're a credit card that you can apply for, you're up for grabs on the list. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to pick the 16 cards or 15 cards, and I'll tell you why in a second, that are going to compete in the tournament. And from then, they're just going to keep getting pared down each week. So you're going to have qualifying, which is this week. Then you'll have a Sweet 16, an Elite 8, a Final 4, then a championship round. Then eventually we will crown a winner. Now, you're going to get to pick 15 cards, not 16. Why not 16? Because the Amex Platinum card won last year. And because the Amex Platinum card won last year, in my opinion, winning the tournament has to mean something. So even though it's more expensive and it's more polarizing than it was last year, I'm giving the Amex Platinum card a first round buy. So the Platinum card will be a 1 seed. So that's why you get to pick your 15 other cards plus a write-in if you want. Then if one write-in gets enough, then I'll put it in as like the 16 seed maybe. I will also be transparent about all this. I'll show you everything behind the scenes. So seeding, let's talk about voting, and then we'll get into how the seeding works. So what you have down below is a link to a Google form. We're using Google Forms because it's free and I can update it very easily, and they give me enough metrics that I can share with you so you can have full transparency into the tournament. Now, you can go down there and you can vote. What you're going to see, I'll put it on screen, but you'll have a giant checklist of a bunch of cards. Again, I think there's 45 on the list. All you have to do is go in and put a check next to which card you want in. You have to pick exactly 15, not 14, not 16. If you pick less than that, it will give you some kind of error message. The write-in is optional. You can do that if you want. You don't have to. Now, the thing to note here is that it's going to require you to sign into Google. Google Forms is a Google product. Now, I don't get any of your information. I don't know who voted. I don't get your email address. There's more than enough ways that you can contact me if you want to, and feel free to do so. But the reason I have it set up like this is because I've learned from last year. Last year, I didn't think anyone was going to play. I thought it'd be me and like 3 dudes out there just playing this, which is fine. I still would have done it. But it turned out to be pretty popular. But someone out there decided they were going to write a script, I assume it was a script of some kind, and just pound the ballot box every week for one card. And it was so obvious because votes would come in 3 seconds apart for this one card. And it made it really hard to sort out and keep an eye on. So that's why I have you log into Google so you get one vote. Again, I don't get your information. I don't want it. It's just, I have to, as a commissioner, I have to protect the integrity of the tournament. So that's a Google form down below. The link will be down below. So that's everything you need to know to vote for this round. So what's going to happen here is we're going to follow a schedule. So let me put this calendar on screen. Now, here on this channel, I'm on air 4 days a week. We have Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Sunday is still going to be the recap episode that you're used to about the news and everything like that. Monday is going to be, like today is Monday, February 28th when you're watching this. Monday is going to be the day we check in on the tournament and we say, hey, let's recap last week what happened, and then let's set the table for the next week's matchup. So that's that. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but seeding again, you're going to vote for your cards. In the initial, last year I made it random. I just randomly seeded cards, but that's not super fun. So again, Amex Platinum first round bye, but then let's just say the Venture X gets the most amount of votes. Well, that's going to be a 2 seed, and we're going to go like that just by vote. So that's how the cards are going to be seeded. Now, in the regular tournament that you see in basketball, it's done like this 1 versus 64, whatever, and you have some blowouts in the beginning, but if you went straight chalk, you'd end up with a 1, 2, 3, 4 final 4, but it rarely works like that, and I don't think it will work like that here. It's just, I'm trying a different way to seed it again to be more engaging. So, I think you'll have a lot of fun. Everyone who played last year had a lot of fun. That's why I'm bringing it back. So, definitely give it a chance. I hope you do vote. I'm going to vote as well. Someone's got to test out the link, but I'm only going to vote once, just so you know that. Again, for full transparency. So, again, that's everything I needed to tell you. That's how it's going to work. That's what we're doing for the month of March. So, of course, if you find this interesting, you want to see who's going to win, please press the subscribe button. Of course, I'm posting other content like this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, right back every Sunday with all the news you can use. So, of course, let me know down below. Call your shot early. Who do you think's going to win? Tell me, that's what I want to know. Who do you think's going to win? Or better yet, tell me which card I missed, because I know there's going to be one. Someone's going to find a card that I missed. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you play along. I hope you have a ton of fun. Of course, share it out with anybody, and I will talk to you very soon in the next one.